going to see the winds off and on with each storm system that does come in. So typically out ahead of it, we start to see the winds pick up. Once the front comes through, the winds actually die down. A little bit opposite of what we see with the fronts that come through the plains. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our satellite image and notice one system moving through right now. Very light rain coming into Seattle, but then off to the west, we have another area of low pressure will be approaching our city, and we're going to see more rain in Seattle and Portland, which is not a totally bad thing since we've had a very dry December. So radar showing the rain, higher elevations, it's snow levels 2,000 feet. They should be going up as our front approaches and may get to maybe a little bit above the pass level, so maybe changing or mixing with some rainfall. So here's our forecast. First one comes through, that's the one coming through right now, bringing snow to the northern Rockies. The next one right behind it, so another round of rain now in Seattle and Portland. We may see maybe several inches of snow in the higher elevations. 47 in Seattle, but if you are in California on southward with that storm track to the north, we're not going to see anything like what we're seeing here in the Pacific Northwest. So while we had a quiet beginning of December, we're going to end December with some active weather, bringing the snow and possibly maybe up to a half a foot of snow in some cases. Wednesday's forecast, more rain. Portland, Seattle, traveling 5 is going to be wet, and the winds picking up here for the northern Rockies, so travelers be aware by Wednesday we could see some windy. Some in the interior sections along the coast, we're not going to see anything for you guys anytime soon. Locally 4 inches in some cases. That's with an area of low pressure moving by and some colder air moving in. So 2 areas, the northwest and the northeast, and mainly the higher elevations, and a little help from some of the lakes. All right, so water vapor imagery showing one storm system. You can see the little curl right in there. There's an area of low pressure. They'll be working up towards the north and east, the green indicating all the moisture, and there's a lot of rain out there right now. Another storm system poised to come into the Pacific Northwest as well. So very active here for you guys. But where's the snow? With all this moisture, we should be getting some snow out of this, but not when you have temperatures like this. This time of the night, it's 40 degrees in Minneapolis. We had a record high today of 52 degrees for you guys. We won't be that warm tomorrow because the front is through, and we're going to see about 30 degrees for your high. So here it is. Area of low pressure moving up, and around it we're looking at the snow. That's because some of the cold air has gotten in there, plus the upper level system is back there to help actually change that over to some snowfall. A lot of cold air aloft. So watching the front move east with its showers and maybe a few embedded thunderstorms too. Tomorrow we could see severe weather along the coast with this storm system. But there's that changeover. We saw a little mix in there around St. Louis. No accumulation expected here for you guys. And if it does, you know, the roads are pretty warm. We shouldn't see any problems. So here's the timeline. Some of you starting out rain, changing over to snow like in Detroit. Once that low gets by and the cold air wraps in around it, even Nashville might see a few flakes from this one. But New York City, Boston, see all the green? That's indicating we're going to see those southerly winds and keeping us on the mild side. But the cold air with northerly winds starts to wrap in there, get a little help from the lakes with that moisture, and we will see accumulating snow. So good news for ski resorts. We're going to pick up possibly 6 to 12 inches here in the Adirondacks, maybe the Green and White Mountains, several inches, and even Detroit, Cleveland. 1 to 2, maybe even 3 inches for you guys, and the Pacific Northwest with these storms coming in. Snow levels increasing to about 3,500 feet the next 24 hours or so. Northern Rockies will get a good bit of snow out of this as well over the next couple of days.